The release of a new iPhone is always big news. And with the case of the iPhone 17, there's just no exception. The iPhone 17 is a complete rework. But the real question is, should you be getting it? Well, let's talk about it. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, the big awe-dropping Apple event just wrapped up today, September the 9th, 2025. So the iPhone 17 is officially here. Now, September is always a busy time for us tech YouTubers. I like to call it Tech-tember. And yes, it is officially upon us. And I've scoured the whole web. I've looked at absolutely every announcement, every keynote, because I want to give you guys the whole rundown on the new iPhone 17. So just for a quick launch recap and timeline, Apple officially unveiled the iPhone 17, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and the brand new iPhone 17 Air today. Now, pre-orders for all these devices will start on Friday, September the 12th, and general purchase will be available on Friday, September the 19th, which is not much of a different timeline than what we got last year. So what is new and improved with the iPhone 17? So first, it's got a 6.3-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display with 120Hz ProMotion and the always-on capability. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the always-on display. I always turn it off on my devices. But for those of you guys that do love the always-on display, yes, it's making another return this year for I think the third year in a row. Now, the screen is going to be the Ceramic Shield 2, which Apple claims is 3 times more scratch resistant than the old one. And I personally hope this is true, because when I got my iPhone 16 Pro, literally the first day, I had scratches on the screen. So we'll see how this Ceramic Shield 2 holds up. So it's going to be powered with an A19 chip, and it's going to start with a 256 gigabytes base storage. And this is crazy to think about, because I remember back in the day we used to have like 64 or 32 gigabyte base. Wow, we've come a long way. And of course, there's going to be a 512 gigabyte storage option. Now, the pricing of the iPhone starts at $799, and of course this is US dollars, with the 5 color options being lavender, mist blue, black, white, and sage. So the biggest thing that they've promoted with the camera is the center stage front camera. It's got a square sensor of up to 18 megapixels, ultra stabilized, 4K HDR, group friendly framing, and a 48 megapixel dual fusion rear system. And of course, it's got main and ultra wide. Now, the 48 megapixel is a standard camera. Even last year's models had that. So now let's talk about the most exciting part, and that is going to be the iPhone Air, which is the first Air model that Apple is revealing for the iPhone. And this is basically something that is replacing the Plus models. Now, I was never a huge fan of the Plus models anyways. I know they offered a little bit better battery life, but I think the Air is something very intriguing this year. And that is because it is shockingly thin. It is just 5.6 millimeters, and that's compared to the 7.8 millimeters of thickness with the iPhone 16 Plus of last year. So Apple's basically saying, why carry around a brick when you can have something sleek? It also weighs only 165 grams, and this is compared to the 200 grams of the iPhone 16 Pro and the 227 grams of the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So there's gonna be a significant difference with the weight and the thickness of this iPhone. For the screen, it's got a 6.5-inch ProMotion display, 120 Hertz, 3000 nits of brightness. It's also got a grade 5 titanium frame and a ceramic shield construction. So Apple is claiming that it is both drop resistant and sturdy. Now, under the hood, it's powered by an A19 Pro chip, the new C1X 5G modem from Apple, and it's got an N1 networking chip that supports Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and even Thread support. And we get this news every year, but they're also saying that the battery life is very strong. You get 27 hours of video playback, or up to 40 hours with the optional $99 MagSafe case. And from what I've read online, this iPhone is only gonna have an eSIM, and I'm not opposed to this at all. I hate physical SIMs, so that's a plus. Now the camera, of course, it's got the 48 megapixel dual fusion main, the 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and the 18 megapixel front camera with the center stage as previously mentioned, and the dual capture video. Now the iPhone 17 Air will be available in space black, cloud white, light gold, and sky blue. And it will have a starting price of $999 US for the 256 gigabytes base model. Now let's talk about the Pro models, because I'm a huge fan of Pro models. I always get the Pro models for any iPhone that I buy. So the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max will also feature the A19 Pro chip, vapor chamber cooling, and all-around power and thermal gains. Now, of course, it's still got the 3 camera setups with 48 megapixel fusion, and it's able to shoot in main, ultra wide, and it's also got a new telephoto with up to 8x optical zoom, which I'm very, very excited to try. And apparently this is what they say is like the optical equivalent to like 8 cameras, which is pretty crazy. And of course, the storage options, as usual, 256 base. It goes up to 1 terabyte for the Pro, and the Pro Max version actually includes a 2 terabyte option, which is crazy. That's actually a lot of space for a phone. Now for the colors, I'm not sure about the colors for the iPhone 17 Pro models, as in like I'm not a huge fan of them. So the colors we're gonna get are deep blue, cosmic orange, and silver. I think silver is probably the best in my opinion. The cosmic orange is something a little bit new. And deep blue, obviously we've seen that before, I believe, with the iPhone 12. So no black is a little bit of a bold move from Apple, so we'll see how it goes. Now the Pro model starts at $1,099, and the Pro Max will start at $1,199 US. So just super quick for the pricing, because I kind of touched on it very lightly. The 17 will start at $799 US, and that's for the base 256 gigabyte model. The iPhone Air will start at $999. The iPhone 17 Pro will start at $1,099, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max will start at $1,199 US. Now I'm Canadian, and Apple Canada hasn't released their new Canadian pricing, but typically the iPhones run about 20 to 25% higher in Canadian, and this is after the regional markup and the conversion as well. So that's basically everything that I've got from Apple's huge announcement today, and of course the build-up leading to it. And all I can say is the iPhone 17 seems really, really exciting this year. It's a huge rework from previous years. Plus, there's also going to be the Apple AirPods 3 and the new Apple Watches, which are coming out, but I'm probably going to make a shorts about that, so stay tuned. And I'd love to know, which iPhone model are you guys most interested in? Obviously, for me, it's got to be the iPhone 17 Air, because it's just so new and they've never released an Air model. I just want to see what it's like, because already it's looking way better than the Plus models from the previous years. So drop your thoughts down below. I'd love to spark a conversation in the comments, because it's a really, really exciting time of year for a lot of Apple fans. Now, of course, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more tech content like this one right here. As always, stay motivated, stay inspired, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I'm gonna kick it with all the homies. My one piece of relief, I be needing the ones that know me for real. I used to love Saturdays.